Everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Dicey Dungeons. Still grinding episode 4. There was, I believe that the, episode 4 is the witch only, I should say. I believe there was a balance patch that came out. I don't know if it was just pushed from testing to main branch or if there's been other changes. But here we are. We're gonna give it a try. Still grinding after all these years. So, early on, what's the rule, Ruka? If you don't you... Hey, what's wrong with you? Hey, I'm recording here. Look at this boy. Oh. Where you going? Where you going, buddy? Go in the box. The box is where cats sleep. In the same way, what's the state? Blank is for lovers. Hold on, I gotta look that up. Is for lovers state. Virginia! How ironic. The best states for lovers according to phys.org. Mississippi, Utah, and Wisconsin. You know, I'm not trying to be a hater. It's just a little surprising. That's all. So I think we probably could have gotten a little bit more out of Cauldron there. But, you know, early on, we can take time to warm up. We can take time to do a little bantering. We can take all the time in the world. It's only once we start to make some decisions that we have to be a little bit better about the way things are going here. Magic Shield. Go ahead and put that on a 6, because I will likely not use it that much anyway. Thank you for not being Nudge, even though I do respect Nudge a little bit more. Your maximum damage output is 6. So ideally, I would love to just destroy you. Let's see if we can get a little bit extra out of this. I don't think we'll have to use a limit break. Sorry, by the way, I'm a little congested. It's honestly... It's a cat hair sort of situation, believe it or not. You can't kill me, so I might as well try to do something like this, I think. These guys, they're shedding their summer coats, they're making a winter coat, and even still, they're getting up on my grill. They want affection at all times, which is their right. You know, they are our pets, but you get the whole respiratory system a little bit clogged, you know what I mean? So we definitely want Ice Shard, and probably, I still believe 1000%, your first good status effect damage spell replaces Cauldron as your prepared spell. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I've made mistakes on a lot of my runs. There's no doubt about that. I would also say that, excuse me, my son. We might as well crystal ball here. I would also say it's a very easy character to make mistakes with, you know? That's kind of the witch. I don't know if the witch is objectively underpowered. I think that it's just it's a very, very difficult character to pilot. Although I do also harbor the suspicion that the witch is underpowered. I'm not gonna... Yeah, I'll still do it. I'm not gonna suggest that I think the witch is not underpowered. But I'm telling you, we make it even more underpowered by being bad, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Well, I don't mind. I do have a cat right now resting his entire body weight on my mouse hand. I gotta feel like my physiotherapist would not be stoked about this. You can do it like this, take no damage, throw a dice. It's not good for tendinitis in the wrist. It's not good for repetitive stress injury, carpal tunnels. You know what? I think as a society, we need less carpal tunnels and more carpool tunnels. Vote for me. Vancouver City Council Ombudsman 2032. I'm gonna take a little baby heal. We'll fight the pirate. Hall of Mirrors, I do respect, believe it or not. And you may be in the not camp on that one. But it has to be the right situation. I think we'd rather reroll the 2 and see if we could freeze one more dice, which we actually can. Or we could do more damage, but with the magic missile. But I think I'd rather have 2 frozen dice, which will guarantee we take 6 damage per turn with 2 burn. It's still, I mean, it's better than the alternative, I think. So, hold on. Now that we have 4 dice, a 5 is no longer that valuable, so let's get this out of here. I think we actually like Magic Missile replacing Hall of Mirrors. I think I'd rather just throw a burning dice at you, even though we're going to heal to full HP. Why run the risk, right? Well, we can just throw at you. It's good enough. The cat hair! It's getting crazy. We need a new HVAC system. So the way I see it, there's 2 different ways you could roll this. Prepared slot and then probably a cauldron, or upgraded spell slot and actually try to make Hall of Mirrors work. So I think upgraded and then trying to make Hall of Mirrors work is something that I've disrespected. I have to look at this for a second, because I'm like... With, we could dump Magic Shield, or Infliction for that matter, to try to get Magic Spear to work. And it is a very nice damage dealer, but I don't know if we have the gas to get there yet. What do I mean by this statement? I don't know if we have enough dice manipulation plus fixing, but we know we will get like double value or duplicate dice later. It's true. It is true. I think we'd rather, for now, let's why not put Cauldron on the upgraded slot, dummy? Yeah. When you start throwing around words like dummy, you know I'm getting heated. I'm not really. This is my first video of the day. I'm feeling good. First video of the day after a day off at that. So this is an even. Might as well just toss it there. That is an odd. That was only a 1, unfortunately. So 4 or 5. We want to do this to the 5. It's not that valuable for us. We might as well. I know we could freeze 1 more dice and guarantee blindness. But I think I'd rather just swing for the fences, I guess. I don't know. Probably, in this case, it would have been better. But we are going to heal the full regardless, as long as we can kill you on the next turn. So maybe it's actually a good thing to have taken some damage and gotten us closer to... It's an even, okay. I didn't mean to put it there, but that's actually okay. To have taken some damage and gotten us closer to our limit break, but I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing to be stoked about. Go ahead, give me the heals. We're gonna say no to Magic Spear, and we're gonna move on. So far, so good through 2 floors. No real complaints. I do still like to freeze this guy twice, if possible. I still, you know, it's a tough call. But I am willing to go to bat for Hall of Mirrors. I think I'm willing to go to bat for Hall of Mirrors. The thing is, we actually have an okay setup. I was just going to say, our 6 is not actually that good for us. So, like, why not take advantage of having an extra dice, which is extremely nice. Hold on. You can make Hall of Mirrors or Magic Missile. I mean, I'd love to freeze a dice. We don't really need a second Hall of Mirrors, obviously. We're gonna have weakened equipment every single time, for the record, as well. What I'm getting at is, I think making an extra dice and then using our 6 to get Magic Shield out there is gonna work super nicely for us. Although, now that it needs a 5, you know, a little less so. But I still think you can go like this. Okay. So 1 odd will work. Then I think, we'll just take the extra damage out of this, and I am a total fool. I am an idiot. Why didn't I use any of our odds for freezing? I guess, to be fair, this guy doesn't take that much damage. He doesn't suffer that much from being frozen, but still. It's kind of like it's the principle of the thing. You need a 6, so, like, this is just an absolutely horrible turn for us. I think we can at least toss an ice shard down here, and then start using some evens on that. 2-4. Well, I mean, we can still 4-2 for damage. And then, because you're already super froze, you might as well 2-4, and it's worth a little bit. I guess we could have probably lethaled you if we just froze more, but... Ruka is very flattering. Don't get me wrong, it's very flattering that you would choose to rest your whole body on my hand. But it's also a little much, you know? I have been thinking, you know, maybe Slime Ball. To use a 2 to add 2 poison. I mean, Infliction is not that good for us. Just calling it like I see it. For now, we don't really need it against Haunted Jar. But giving up Infliction is kind of like a free get. And keep in mind, Slime Ball is the same damage as Infliction, just slower, but also with the added advantage that it stacks really well later. So, because you have countdowns, we would probably like to freeze you as much as possible. So I think we'll just kind of do the classic thing right there. Hopefully you get 2 other low rolls. That's totally fine. I imagine we will have our poison doubled, but not a whole heck of a lot I can do about that. We could have gotten Magic Shield out there, but we're kind of in a race. This is a great roll. That's a beautiful situation. But things are gonna get rough real quick. I think you do not underestimate this. I think you definitely want Crystal Ball out there. And I think a 5 for Hall of Mirrors is unnecessary this late in the fight, so a 5 works really well there. We need evens to make Slime Ball work, so I think you'll just slow your roll on that. Throw a Cauldron out there and get rid of your 5, which is not necessary for Hall of Mirrors. And then I guess, sure. All we have to do is kill you next turn, which is very likely. You do not get enough to double poison. We'll take a lot of damage, which will take us close to Crystal Ball. And you are dead. Not a major problem. Feeling A-okay. And then this decision that I just never know. I just never know. You know what? The thing with Doppel Dice, if you look at it on a basic arithmetic level, Doppel Dice creates an even, no matter what. If you put an even into it, it makes an even. If you put an odd into it, it makes an even, because it multiplies it by 2. Right, Ruka? So you can get more evens by having Doppel Dice, but having duplicate instead of Slime Ball. Having duplicate instead of Slime Ball, which we didn't even really use. I think we will take this, because we need more evens than odds. Well, we can make something happen here. Basically, I know we need odds for freeze, but we can also put freeze in the upgraded slot. On occasion, at least. What happens if you can duplicate any dice on this? Okay, unfortunately, duplicating a 6 is literally worth, well, not nothing, but very little. Probably, okay, NL, me. Slow your roll, please. You could have gotten a Magic Shield out there, which would have been advisable. Now you can duplicate any dice. I think in this case, we really want to duplicate a 3 first. There's a lot of reasons for that. I actually think we might want to use another 2 to make another 3 as well. So we'll freeze a dice. Magic Missile. Magic Shield requires an odd. Magic Missile. And we can't do 6-2. We could do 2-6, but to what purpose? 1 freeze is pretty helpful here, but he does have fists just for static damage to begin with. And this guy's just, he's kind of a pain in the butt. Do me a favor. Dupe the 4. Then you get this. 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 And we want to pivot to raw damage next turn. I bet we could have killed you a turn faster. I do appreciate him not using his higher damage abilities. That's very helpful. I respect it a great deal. I don't know. This run, it feels like there's a shot. We're definitely not there yet, but it feels like there's a shot. So I super need this. We still have 5 gold. I don't really think a 6 is worth repeating an attack. Then Crucible, roll a burning dice. So I guess that would be for like, if you were trying to focus on a dice throwing build, I guess I could see the value there. Okay, so very important, if you get a 5, which we haven't had in a long time, you want a 5, and then probably to use the 6. And then you have 2s. I think you use the 2s to dupe another 5, and I know this seems weird. That's why we didn't put it in the prepared slot, because we can take advantage of both of these. But then if 5 works very well here, we can gold cauldron something to create an even, or we could, well, we want to, I think we do want this then. And it made a 6, which is hilarious. So we can actually, Hall of Mirrors, we could do it anywhere. I don't really want to take up the gold cauldron spot, even though we have the 6, I think we'll just put it on the dupe spot. So we get 2 extra dice on turn 1. This should be very helpful. But I do still feel like we need some kind of health regeneration / shield working for us here. So let's dupe the 6. And then we might as well see, is this an even? It's an odd. That's beautiful. That's an even. Okay. So I want to actually now get Magic Shield out here. And I know we don't have any other odds. I'm just going to choose to live with that. So we got another 2. I think Magic Shield, it's fine. Don't get me wrong. But let's at least take advantage of this right here. And then I think we'll just put another duplicate down there to finish, because at least we can realize some of that opportunity cost on our next turn. Having shield up is so nice because he doesn't actually drain if he doesn't hit your HP. So I think it's of critical importance if possible. So we might as well dupe a 6 and dupe a 3. That gives us a lot of magic shield potential, bare minimum. And then, let's see. That's an even already. That was a 5, which is the perfect number there. So you're starting to see it, I think. We got something working for us here. We don't know what this is. I think we'll go Ice Shard again, because we'll probably kill him next turn without requiring a shield. That was a 4. Then we can go 3 and 6. Throw a dice at him. I think we're starting to put it together. It does benefit us the most when we start with a limit break, though. Which is not always easy to guarantee. Alright, we're starting to... I got a little bit of confidence under me. I don't think we're going to win yet, but it's helpful. Don't get me wrong. I just don't respect that yet. In our next level... Why not, right? There's so much HP remaining for you. In our next level, we might want to take them up on the offer of the extra dice. But an upgraded slot to put duplicate... Or sorry, a prepared slot to put duplicate is also kind of nice. Well, I think there's only one way to play this, unfortunately. Okay. Not quite going to be on limit break. This guy's going to hurt. I think we like this. Put a 2 in here. That's mostly just for damage, to be honest. Then we could have put the dupe there, because this does hit the level for this, but that's okay. He'll roll 3 1s. Having 3 freezes out there is real valuable. He is still going to do 9 damage to us, so I don't think there's too much I can do to stop that. By duping the 3 at least, though, we do get to freeze 3 more dice, which, what are you doing next turn? Okay, you're probably going to burn me? Yeah. That's not that bad. And we should Crystal Ball here. So if we could... Here's the thing. I think you Magic Shield and you go 6-3 on this one. That way you can use this Burning Dice without paying the toll. We're going to use the 5 anyway. I think just bite the bullet on that one right out of the gate. And then you'll go 5. 5. I'd rather just hit you for another 5. So I know you're not going to do anything to me this turn. The most you can do is 1 damage. So I think this actually turned out very well. This is the only big positive about this one right now is the fact that we did this without ever using Hall of Mirrors. I really feel like if you don't get Hall of Mirrors to work on turn 1, you just sort of gracefully choose to not to not use it ever. The concept of maybe having a shockwave working in conjunction with us here is kind of interesting. I think we'll see if we can defeat the beetle. And if we can defeat the beetle, get to full HP, we might consider taking the shockwave. I have no idea what it would replace at the present moment. A 4 works fine here. And then you just go 6 and 3. 2 frozen dice, hopefully gives us a decent amount of momentum early. It would be really nice to freeze all 3 of this guy's dice per turn. This guy does benefit from being frozen. You can duplicate on this one. This is pretty valuable. And you can get... What would we like to have out here? Hall of Mirrors is definitely interesting, but I think we're just going to go for the quick kill build. Try to get a magic missile out there ASAP. You love to see this guy roll super low. If it's a war of attrition, we're winning right now. That's a very positive thing. I think you duplicate the 4. And the reason for this is so that we can get 3 frozen... Well, no, we can't get 3 frozen dice. We can get 2 frozen dice and good damage. So we're hoping for 2 low rolls, which is exactly what we got. Okay, this is a great floor for freeze. We're methodically... We were a little off in the early game, in my opinion, but we managed to kind of pull it together here. You need to take 4 damage. There is a way. There is a way. In fact, it's as long as we play our dice, it's impossible for us not to get there. We're just worried about encountering enemies where freeze is not going to do as much for us. I really think you take an extra dice. I think that might be the most pivotal change that I've basically completely ignored. Take me down. I like this run. We don't need shockwave, I think. Well, you might as well open up your HP paths first. Freeze is good against Aurora because Aurora is exclusively countdown based. So you definitely like a 4 here. I think you like this. I think you go 2, dupe the 4. Then you can go 4 and a 6. And you can, that's going to be 2 frozen dice only, but that's still okay. Because you'd expect her to maybe roll 1 bad dice to begin with, right? So this is almost no damage. We get a limit break out of it as well. We'll definitely take advantage of the limit break. I know it's like, shouldn't you be using Hall of Mirrors? Well, I don't know. I feel like Hall of Mirrors has done great work for us, but maybe we're just sort of like, you know, past it for now. I actually kind of like this. Then you can use a 6 here, and then a 6 to make a magic shield, and then throw the burning dice. So she's gonna roll 4 1s, no matter what. She's gonna hit us for 1 and burn a dice. It would be really nice to kill her on this turn, if possible. I mean, the best way to do it would definitely be a 6 here. I think like 4... It's so close. It's alright. 2 freezes. That's good. She rolled 4 1s again. She's not going to accomplish anything. So every single enemy we fight, we just get a little bit closer to maybe being able to make it to the final boss, which does tend to be a little easier for us. It's a tough call. I think we'll fight Crystalina. Why Crystalina? Crystalina is also exclusively counter-based. So in theory... Hello, Roka. In theory, at least, shouldn't be too hard. We have the ideal counter to Crystalina, let's put it that way. So you will get 1 crystal weapon, you'll put 1 thing in it, you'll get a random blessing, 4 shield. That's not that bad considering freeze goes through shield. So on this, we definitely want to go in on the 5 here. And I do think we're going to want a gold cauldron, but just hear me out here for a second. I know we have Hall of Mirrors. We could use it. In fact, I think we probably should just use it. We have 2 frozen dice, and let's take over the gold cauldron for now. Because there's 2 frozen dice, she's unlikely to roll very well, but she does gain momentum as time goes on. Re-equip. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. This is a very strange one. Definitely like that. I think we want to use Gold Cauldron. I think we're good on Hall of Mirrors now. I think we want to use Gold Cauldron to try to make ice shards, and that worked out just as fantastically as I ever could have imagined. 3 frozen dice, you'll be rolling 4 ones. You got Fury and nothing. So she saved, I think. I think we want to take our 1s and turn them into 6s. It's not that bad, but it's also not very good. I don't know what I'm... No, I didn't mean to put it there. My mistake. Okay, I meant to put duplicate there instead of ice shard. That's my bad. You're assuming in this case... That was an incredible roll that we have hampered, which is, oh, she just chose not. Maybe we've broken her AI, and she thinks Fury is too good to use, and as a result, we'll never use it. That would be a beautiful turn of events for me, because you're dead. Okay, so we lost very little there. Very glad I did not heal. Excuse me, my son. Don't knock your box over the edge, okay? I'll feed you the wet food at the video when it's over. We should definitely fight the Rat King. The Rat King... The Rat King also functions as a counter-based enemy. So this is a dream come true. Now, the Singer doesn't. The Singer... No, I'm thinking of the Sorceress. Maybe the Singer does. Maybe the Singer does. We really want to create some 4s. That's very nice. So go here. Again, I can't stress enough. The way we beat this floor is by using freeze. How are we going to beat the boss? I have no idea. Wow. Okay. No harm, no foul, brother. This is what we got heals out there for. Don't stress out about it too much. It's an important moment. Please turn my 3 into a 4. Into a 2. This is bad, and I am a fool. I am a fool for doing this in the first place. We can still get 6 damage here, but that's only 1 freeze. It's not as good. It will take the 6 out, which is nice, but it's all about the rolls. Alright, I mean, I guess you're setting up for a better turn next time. Not the move I would have made, but what do I know? I think we definitely want more ice right now. So, ice, ice. You know what? Let's add... why do we need... You're a fool. You're a fool. Why add shield to an enemy... to counter an enemy that only hits you with poison? So this was still pretty good for us. You are not making the wisest moves I would suggest, Rat King. Now, I hate to say it because the Rat King has been incredible for us. Remember on that final episode, the final boss, the Rat King was just unbelievably... He was the greatest creature we ever could have expected. Dude, I'm telling you. This is... It's looking pretty good. You are sort of a counter-driven enemy. Just thinking about this one. We want an ice shard. So I think you go Gold Cauldron. You put a 2 in there. Beautiful. I don't think you need to put anything else in there. I think you just accept that you're going to go over top of it. And get the freeze out there as soon as possible. Really minimize the risk of high note coming out anytime soon. And we've got a lot of leeway to take out this enemy. So, especially with Crystal Ball working out for us here. Might as well. Might as well. Tell you what, we'll get a quick Hall of Mirrors out there as well. And I'm going to use Gold Cauldron. Turn the 2 into a 4 or a 6, please. I'll live with it. Three freezes has done unbelievable work. I don't know, man. I'm just hoping we fight a boss. No matter what, this is a successful video from my perspective. And I think that that's, like, abundantly clear. But, that's a bit of a bummer. But, I would love to knock out the witch episode 4, dude. I would be thrilled if we could fight a final boss that would make this one conceivable to actually win. I mean, obviously, shocker. I want to win the game. I think we just want to create more dice. And then a 1, not that relevant just yet. A 4 works very well. We can just put it on here and dupe that. Tell you what, we're gonna dupe another 5. And then we're gonna throw our 3 into Gold Cauldron. Became a 6. Well, 1 freeze is admittedly pretty dangerous, but I don't think we can be killed. We're gonna use our limit break for certain, I think, unless we find a better path, because she's probably gonna hit high note. I mean, let's just run the numbers. You love this. You love this. We only need to hit you for 3. We get to save our limit break. It's a wonderful situation. What do you give me here? I don't even know. Upgraded or prepared? A second upgraded slot is really helpful for us in getting good freeze out there, because we don't need odds anymore. I think forget about this stuff. Just take it down. Who are we fighting? Audrey. You're kind of a race. We race you, if I remember correctly. She's very positive. I appreciate that. She needs evens and countdowns. So, I mean, just on principle, freeze is pretty strong there. So I think we like a duplicate on a 4 first. I'm trying to figure out how I can get to a 5. I don't think it can be done. So, I think we want to go for just maximum freezes. And then you can go 3-4 or 4-3. Honestly, I think we'd rather go 4-3 and just make sure she's rolling 4 1s. So if we could get 4 freezes a turn, we'd be obviously thrilled. It's a really bad roll, but it looks something like this. Do we want to replace? I don't think we want to replace. I think we'll accept 3 freezes. And just to chalk that up to it being kind of a bad turn. She had an incredible roll. But, okay, so she's going to go straight for the weakness, which is not really that bad, probably. But, or maybe it's terrible. So here's, I think we need to take a long tail approach to this. I think we love this. And I think we like this. 1 extra dice, we'll probably get limit break. We still got to put 2 freezes on. That's the most beautiful roll you could ever imagine. She's not gonna give us limit break, obviously. I think we actually are about to beat and finish Dicey Dungeons. Things I never thought I would say. But here we are. So I mean, you might as well go for easy freeze. Might as well go for good freeze. It's just, she needs to roll 4 great dice in order to make any progress against us. So we've got her locked down. And you know what I actually chalked this one up to, like almost completely, is us getting that extra dice as our... Just go for it, dude. Us getting the extra dice as our reward at that one level, instead of getting mind flooded into taking like an extra slot. I think that is put us over the moon. Well, we might as well duplicate a 6. Then we got 6, 4, 6. He's done it. This is the end of Dicey Dungeons. Relish this screen. I've had a very fun time with the game. I will not lie to you. It's been up and down. But this was a really, really easy way to finish it off. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, though, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. See ya. Whew.